Hello, everybody, and welcome back to When the Cookie Crumbles. I'm so excited to have you here today because we keep it real at this show. This show is about real people.
Yes.
It's about real situations. And what we do is we're talking about healing and empowerment.
Yes.
I'm super excited today because my guest today is Kimberly Willis.
Yes.
Everybody say hey to her.
Hi.
Kim, I'm so excited about having you here. And what I want to do is for you to tell people who you are and tell us a little bit about your story.
So my name is Kimberly Willis. I have my own business now. I just stepped out on faith in about 2-3 weeks ago. And I just had a grand opening last week with a marketing service, which I had already been doing, but I was doing, up under another, I was doing it kind of like up under, how you want to say it? I was working for a job, so I couldn't do everything up under the business. So I had to kind of like.
So you do have, when you become an entrepreneur, you really step out on faith.
You step out on faith.
Yeah.
And so I do that, and plus I also have a talk show on the radio station.
Really?
With WOKB. I do it once a week on Wednesday night.
You go, girl.
Yes. And so I do that, and I'm coming out with this product. It's called CBD. It's for like when you roll on, like you roll it on when you have pain in your body.
Oh, I've heard people talking about it.
Yes. And coffee, and I have tea and different kind of products I'm coming out with. My own line with that. It's called Kimberly. So I'm just pretty much just walking out on faith, and God been telling me to do this for a while.
Well, you're telling me about what you do.
Yes.
But I want to know your story. Tell us your story.
So I was a little girl that came from a parent of a mom, which was a RN, and somewhere down the line it went crazy. It didn't go right. So she was an RN, and she had mental issues. So I was the one the reason why they took her from us, because she pushed me out of a car. And so I stayed in Lake Wells for about 2 years into a foster home where I got her adopted. My brother went back into my grandmother. She didn't want a girl. Okay. So I lived there with the foster lady, and she died with breast cancer at the age of 14. So her daughters was in college, and one of them had just graduated. They didn't want any more kids. So I went back into the foster care system.
So you were stable for a while.
I was stable for a while.
Okay.
And then when I got into back in the foster care system, where I was staying at, she just didn't shelter us right. She didn't provide for us. She didn't do anything. Everything was based on our own.
So you went back to foster care?
Yeah, back to foster care.
Oh, wow.
And so I started talking to an older guy because I needed help with school clothes and hygiene and different things like that. So I ended up running away, and I ended up getting pregnant at the age of 17. So as I got pregnant at the age of 17, things didn't work out with me and him. So I moved back to where I was originally from, which is Polk County, and I started to get into they call it like a posse. And it was
almost kind of like a gang or something like that?
But it was a bunch of girls. It was probably like 8 of us, and we did it all. We sold drugs.
Oh my!
We trafficked. We cooked it. We stole out stores.
Yeah. We
did everything to survive. And so most of the girls that was in this posse was girls that didn't have a mom and a dad.
So you kind of created your own family.
Right. So the head person that was, the head what we looked up to, she ended up getting 10 years in the feds. So that kind of broke everybody apart. So I had some bumpy roads here and there because my thing was searching for men to take care of me, because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
Because
get a man that's gonna take care of you.
Right. Because I didn't know how to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And then I didn't learn how to take care of myself. So with that being said, I ended up going some older guys, and they're taking care of me, and I ended up getting on the news with the guy. And once
getting on the news, or did you get in trouble or something?
Yeah, I got it. Well, we're not in trouble. They was kind of investigating on him.
Okay.
And so it put me on the news because I was convicted felon.
Yes.
So it made hit the hotline. So it was breaking news.
Oh wow.
So it was just crazy. But But after that, my role was really hard because he was a well-known person, and it was just my name that kept ringing in a situation.
Yes.
And so I made God some promise. I went to jail. My kid's father, which is my older two boys, father passed in a motorcycle wreck, and my son tried to commit suicide, and I couldn't be there. And so when I got out, I just changed.
That's a tough spot for a mother too.
Yes,
To not be able to be there to help your child.
Help your child. So I got out, and the road was real hard for me. It was very hard. I had to try to get a job. It was hard for me to get jobs because of my record. People wouldn't give you a chance. Plus, I was on national TV in Polk County, breaking news.
Yes.
So I had to learn how to survive, but I prayed a lot. And if I didn't know anything else, I knew how to pray.
Yes.
So pretty much that would, help me out. And I just kept praying for a break. And my sister-in-law, which is one of my kids' children, she helped me get a job with an attorney. And when I got the job with the attorney, my whole life changed. And that's where it kind of began to be better for me. And I was no longer in the streets.
You gotta have somebody to give you a hand to help you. Just one person can make a difference in your life.
Yes.
One person.
So I got on that job, and I told him that I was hungry, and I told him that he was paying me $10 an hour, $400 a week, but I showed him, I made him known Polk County, Howard County, some places in Orlando, Cocoa. I pretty much was bringing him a lot of cases.
So you put him on.
I put him on. Yes. So I went from making $400 to $950 a week.
Oh wow!
Plus bonuses, and so it got to the point that when you get into a certain area, you have a lot of jealousy.
Yes.
So I went through a lot of that with a lot of jealousy. Just because as I was getting him a lot of cases, he was paying me bonuses, and I was getting big bonuses.
Yes.
So other workers don't like that, and it just was. It started to getting kind of like tough. So I kept praying about it because I wanted more money. The more money you make, you want more money to make to make money. So I ended up, and that's what made me walk out on faith. I started the radio station talk thing to help people that was trying to get their businesses out or their name out. Because sometimes people don't know who you are.
And it could also, what you were doing, people could look at you and say, just because you had taken a misstep,
right,
that you could get yourself back on track.
Right.
Because, sometimes no one will give you a chance.
No.
So you took your limits, you made your limit.
Right. I did. Right. And like I said, and it's even getting even better for me. I'm meeting a lot of different people. I pray a lot. I'm on a prayer line, Monday through Friday. Everything that I do, I take God with me first.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Tell everybody, what do you consider your biggest accomplishment? Period. It doesn't have to be a job. It can be with your kids. What's your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment is my temper. I have a bad temper. Yeah. And God has really, a lot of things that people have been doing to me in the last year. Kimberly, little Kimberly went through that.
Look, I like that.
She would have I wouldn't let you do that to me.
But you gotta have the right temperament.
Right.
I mean, because you can't go on nobody's job, or you can't go nowhere setting it off.
No, you got it off.
You can't set it off.
And people gonna do things to try to make you set it off.
Yeah.
But
they'll take you there.
Right. I learned to humble myself.
Yes.
And that is the main thing. Even now that I hang around different women that are in different careers that is better than me, they show me how.
Ain't no better. It's just I like how you said that. Different careers. You elevated yourself.
Right. Right.
So, now let me take you to the next step. What was the lowest point you think you had?
My lowest point is when I feel like I didn't I wasn't there as much as I should have been for my boys.
For your kids.
And so, and I made bad decisions with guys. You can bring bad people around you and your children, and it can mess them up in ways that you didn't even think that it could. So I think that making bad decisions with the guys I dated, because I'm searching for love.
Yeah.
Never been loved, never had to love, I never knew how to hug and hold hands.
I see that. I see that a lot too. If people who grew up and had a lot of problems, or just anywhere you're searching for love and then what you do is you connect yourself to all the wrong people. You're searching for love in the wrong places, and you gonna get the wrrong people.
Yeah. Especially when you have a good heart. I have a very good heart, and I'll take the shoes off my back for a person, and I trust people. I go by what you tell me, and so that's a lot of things too. Sometimes you have to observe people before you just give your whole self to them. I was very bad at doing it. Just I go by what you say.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes people play on your intelligence too. You know, so I'm learning a lot. You know, through the process. But like I said, I take God everywhere I go. Like I pray about things now.
Yes.
Before I do things. So,
and you're right. Yeah, I mean, we all have to do that because you know the right person can set you off and make you do something wrong.
Right.
You know, so you have to. A lot of times, every day I ask God, like, oh, you know, I grew up. They called me Cookie, and I remember what my mom said: "Keep Cookie, you keep your mouth because you can't always tell people what's on your mind."
Right.
When you go to a job, they're not paying you to tell them what you think. They pay you to do that job.
Right. That's correct.
So tell us what you have accomplished. Tell us what you're doing now.
So what I'm doing now is I'm marketing for my own. I have my own 1844 called Kim, and it's like I do my own referral company. I have about 5 lawyers now that is on my referral, and I have like 1 chiropractor. So what I do now is I have my own case and I just refer them out to different people instead of me working for an attorney and letting him do it.
Okay, and it keeps you busy?
It keeps me busy and I make way more money.
And you paying the bills.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here shortly, but if you could give other people something, a little nugget to help them to elevate their stuff or to get through life, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to be consistent in everything that they do and always keep God first in everything that you do. And if you set your mind, do what your passion is. Don't do what people tell you to do. Because I know a lot of people, monkey see, monkey do. Do something different. Do whatever I tell my children. I don't care if you want to be a fashion person.
Yes.
That's what you choose to do. You can make a lot of money being a fashion person. If you want to be a singer, be a singer. Do what makes you happy because I don't care if you're at your lowest point, you ain't got $5 in your pocket. If that's what you truly want to do, you're going to continue to do it because that's what your passion is. Or you're going to find a way to go back to that, to do that. So I just tell people to be consistent, keep God first, and, you know, just don't let anybody steal your joy and tell you not what you shouldn't do. A lot of people are draining and say you shouldn't do that. I don't think you should do that. Follow your heart. Pray about it first because what's good may be good for them, not might be good for you.
I have found that if I have something going on, I don't tell nobody.
Right.
Because I don't want to, like, they'll steal your dreams and talk you out of doing something that you want to do. Something that could possibly take you to the next level. You know what? You are exactly what this show is about.
Yes.
It's about real people, real situations. I mean, we've seen everybody that made it, but we need to talk about how you made it.
Right.
And I'm so glad that you didn't let your past dictate your future.
No. It's been rough now.
Well, you know what? I think we're going to leave it right there.
Right.
I'm so glad that you were here with us. Now, tell everybody where they can find you again.
My name on social media is Kimberly Willis. And I also have Instagram, Kimberly Willis hashtag and plus that's supposed to basically, you know, you can find me on Kimberly Willis on Facebook. That's where you can find me.
And it's a referral service for
our 5-star executive marketing. That's my business called.
Okay.
And it's a referral company. So if you need any marketing, any, you know, anything like that, or a lawyer, or any kind of lawyer, any kind of real estate, anything you need, I'm gonna get you the right person.
I'm gonna be calling you myself. Okay. I'm so glad that you were here. And you know what? I just want to thank our audience for tuning in with us every week because without you, I'm nothing. I'm here for you. This is what this show is about. And that's going to wrap up how and when the cookie crumbles. I'll see you next week.